From Concord University in Athens, West Virginia, this is Mountain Lion News.
Hello, and welcome to Mountain Lion News. I'm Leah Gilpin.
And I'm Blake Whitener.
The Concord community mourns the loss of Edward Theodore Boggess, better known as Ted Boggess, the first gentleman of the university. Ted was a devoted family man, talented architect, and committed member of the community. Donations to the Mr. E.T. Ted Boggess Memorial Fund can be made through the Concord University Foundation.
Students at Concord University were seen showing up with their poker faces for the 2019 casino night. With an amazing turnout for the event, students such as Christopher Billings had a blast.
They do a fantastic job in terms of getting people out and, just socializing with each other.
Students were able to try their luck at poker, blackjack, craps, roulette, and more for a chance at great prizes. The crowd favorite was blackjack. With a mix of music, laughter, and refreshments, coupled with a great turnout, it is safe to say that the students enjoyed taking their chance at casino night.
Concord University is excited to return to the club sports circuit starting this spring. Director of Intramurals, Christopher Smallwood, had this to say.
We're going to be doing a lot of different sports, disc golf, flag football, but definitely basketball, and hopefully volleyball and even Quidditch or something like that, depending on the interest level.
Club Sports is a student-funded organization that gives students and non-varsity athletes the chance to travel and compete against other universities. Concord had previously competed in club sports, doing very well, with a fifth-place finish in basketball. Teacher sponsor Christopher Smallwood and club officers held their first meeting on February 14th. The club is currently in need of a treasurer to manage finances. For further information regarding club sports, feel free to contact Christopher Smallwood in the Student Center.
When it comes to what's new at the cinema,
we turn to MLN's movie critic Cameron White with See You at the Cinema.
Thanks, Leah. Hello, and welcome to See You at the Cinema. Today, I will be reviewing the cat lover's new worst nightmare, A Dog's Way Home. Dog movies are a dime a dozen at cinema, and very rarely do we get one of quality equal to that of Old Yeller, Homeward Bound, or even Marley and Me. That is why it should not be a surprise to any audience member that the only individual who you will care about making it home in A Dog's Way Home is yourself. A Dog's Way Home is directed by Charles Martin Smith and is based on the titular book written by W. Bruce Cameron, who also handled the screenplay, who should clearly stick to novel writing if this film is proof of anything. And before I get labeled as some sort of anti-canine monster, I should make it clear that I have two adorable dogs of my own, and they were the only subjects on my mind throughout the entirety of the screening of A Dog's Way Home. I'm giving this flaming pile of dog droppings a 1 out of 5. That's it for now. I'll be back with another review in 2 weeks. Reporting live from the MLN studio, I'm Cameron White, and hopefully I will see you at the cinema.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Mountain Lion Sports. This past weekend saw 3 indoor track records fall at the Virginia Tech Challenge meet. Damon Akers broke the indoor 800-meter run record with a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. Jason Weitzel broke the indoor mile record, running a 4:16. And Bailey Knowles broke her own indoor 3,000-meter run record with a time of 10 minutes and 36 seconds. The next time track and field is in action will be on March the 2nd at the University of Charleston in the first outdoor track meet of the season. Softball saw its first action of the season this past weekend in South Carolina, where the Lady Mountain Lions struggled in their Bearcat Fleet invite, going 1-5. Baseball will see its first action of the season starting on the 23rd with a 3-game series against Pitt Johnstown. Women's basketball went 3-1 this past week with wins over Wheeling Jesuit, Shepherd, and Fairmont State. And finally, Concord football has announced that offensive line coach Kyle Jolly has accepted an offer to become the new offensive line coach at the Virginia Military Institute. In his lone season with the Mountain Lions, Jolly headed the best offensive line the Mountain Lions have had in 3 years and guided Derek Dressler to all Mountain East Conference first-team honors. It was announced this past week that both men and women basketball programs here have been selected to the Mountain East Conference Tournament. Last show, we had women's basketball head coach Kenny Osborne to discuss this being one of the best seasons in his tenure at Concord. This time, we talked with two of the men's basketball team standouts from this year in junior guard Jair Rogers and sophomore forward Malik Johnson. Guys, how are we doing today?
Good, are you? How are you?
Doing good. So you guys are 16-8 so far with 4 games left in your season, 3 of the 4 being away, which for most guys that would be a problem. 3 or 4 on the road is being tough. But you guys have kind of been road warriors this season with a 10-3 road record. Let's talk about you guys on the road this season, how it's been. How it's been a big road dominance for you guys in a way.
I think just playing with a lot of energy on the road. You know, you're not having a home crowd on the road, so just feeding off each other's energy, playing together. I think it's the big thing with us having success playing on the road.
Yeah, bringing our own energy, being teammates, just having each other there. We don't have many fans travel, so we got to bring our own energy. It's been great because we played well on the road, as you said, and I think we played well at home too, so it's been great.
All right with that too. You guys' home record, on the other hand, 6-5 this year. Not where you want it to be. What has been the struggle so far for playing at home this season? How are you guys looking to better with that last home game coming up on the 27th against West Virginia State?
Yeah, I think it's the first half we played great. It's just the second half coming out. I think we're just not having the same focus as we did in the first half, which kind of hurts us. Teams come out hitting shots, so I think just having the same focus we did in the first half at home is what should be the difference of us if we wanted to win the next home game.
Yeah, I saw that as a big highlight. I was there actually for the Wheeling Jesuit game at home this past week, where you guys had a big lead and ended up slipping it towards the end. So again, that's also what you said, be a big focus.
Yeah, as he said, just being focused, coming back out, playing a whole 40 minutes instead of 20, and just beating the teams we have to beat. Like being the better team, just coming out, having energy, having focus, just as Jair said.
Yeah. So, Jair, actually, you're a JUCO transfer, correct?
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about you from before Concord and how you got here and how you've been so successful in your first year, averaging about 21 points a game.
Yeah. So coming out of high school, I didn't have many offers, so the JUCO route was the best route for me to get more looks and stuff. So I went JUCO. Had a lot of success there, put pretty good numbers, and ended up coming here.
Where'd you play JUCO at?
Insula College.
Insula College, and where's that at?
In Indiana.
In Indiana.
Yeah, so just having a lot of success at the JUCO level, then came here, Coach Todd May recruited me, and just like what he pitched about the school, and obviously playing with Tommy gets me a lot of opportunities. All the defenses focus on him, so put a lot of pressure off of him. So I think just playing with Tommy, having the defense have to guard multiple people, which allows me to average what I'm averaging.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Tommy's, what I've seen, has been a great player to play upon. Just the defense allows so much pressure to go towards him, and I think that's opened a lot of shots for you from what I've seen this year. You've been draining threes like crazy, man. The three-point percentage has been insane from what I've seen. Like I said again, at that Jesuit game when I saw, they're like 3 or 4 threes in a row on possession, something like that. It was crazy. And Malik, you came in as a freshman last year, and you were recruited by Coach May, and you saw a little bit of action here and there. But this year you've seen a growth in a way. You're becoming sort of the sixth man of the team and upping your numbers, upping your points by about 4 a game, upping that free throw percentage about 20%, the rebounds as well. Tell us what you've been focusing on from this past year to this year and how you've been improving yourself and being that spark of the bench for the Mountain Lion team.
Last year I thought I was a little nervous coming off. I started as a freshman. I was a little nervous, but then had an injury. Then when I came back this year, I knew I could just play my game, be free, just be aggressive and attack from the start. And being the sixth man is different because my whole career I've always started and different. But I just think if I just bring the same energy as if I was a starter off the bench, then it would be a productive game for me.
I agree with that 100%. The best teams, I think, are built around a really good sixth man on top of that. You need that good starting 5, but that sixth man just adds another whole dimension. I'd like to thank both you, Malik, Jair, for coming on. Appreciate you all. Again, last home game for the Mountain Lions is going to be February 27th against West Virginia State. Coming up after the break, we're going to have a new Mountain Munchies and the debut of Brandon Hush's new segment, Press Start. Stay with us here on MLN.
Wednesday, February 27th, Concord women's basketball will host West Virginia State at 5:30 at the Carter Center, with the men's game following at 7:30 p.m. Saturday, March 2nd, the 2019 President's Ball will be held in the ballroom 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday, March 4th, a writing workshop will be held in the AB Conference Room 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Thursday, March 7th, Fast Food Workshop will be held in Beckley, West Virginia at the Irma Bird Center, 12 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday, March 11th, students will get a week off for spring break.
Welcome back to MLN News. I'm Ian Jewell, and this is Mountain Munchies. This week, we took a trip over to Bellacino's Pizza and Grinders in Princeton, West Virginia. They serve everything from pizza and subs to wings and pasta. Bellacino's Pizza and Grinders is located next to Aaron's in Princeton, West Virginia. They specialize in pizzas and subs and are known for always making their bread and doughs from scratch. This is a local franchise, other restaurants being located in places such as Bluefield, Beckley, Beaver, and Lewisburg. The owners, Michael and Phil Fama, are twin brothers and started this business 10 years ago. If interested, Bellacino's is located at 1334 Stafford Drive, next to Rose's. You can contact them at 304-913-4923. And now, over to you, Leia.
Thanks, Ian.
Now, here is MLN's Brandon Hushin with his new gaming segment, Press Start. Brandon?
Hey, and what's up, everybody? I'm Brandon Hushin, and welcome to the first edition of a new segment called Press Start, where here it is all about esports and video games. Esports has definitely become popular within the last decade, but some of you may be thinking, what exactly is esports?
Well, everyone knows regular sports like football, baseball, and basketball, which use physical attributes and require teamwork to beat your opponent. Esports are essentially the same thing. A team working together with various strategies to beat their opponent, except there are no required physical attributes, and the playing area is not a field, but a digital map on a video game in a stage-like setting. And the players use video game consoles like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and also computers to compete on. That is essentially what esports are. But how does it apply to Concord University? Well, back on February 5th of this year, Concord University announced its very own esports program after a survey issued back in October of 2018 resulted in more than 80% of student respondents showing interest in a possible esport program. The university's president Kendra Bogus stated in a press release given out by the university, quote, "Not only will starting a varsity esports team allow more students to compete on the collegiate level, the university hopes to use this as a springboard for future courses," end quote. Back in 2016, only 7 colleges across the United States had an esports program. That number in 2018 was 63 total institutions across the nation. In the state of West Virginia specifically, Concord University is the only university in the state to have its own esports program.
Hopefully, Concord esports program will be a huge success for the university and spring other universities in the state to adopt their own esport program. And until next time here on Press Start, I'm Brandon Hushin.
That's all we have time for this week's MLN News. I'm Leia Gilpin.
And I'm Blake Whitener. We'll see you in 2 weeks.